Welcome back to another Bourbon Santa video. Today we're going to do a fresh crack. Now this is Redwood Empire. This is the Pipedream. And this is their straight, well, it doesn't say straight, just bourbon whiskey. Now this is a blend of MGP and Redwood Empire's own distillate. So hey, I like that. And they're working towards doing all their own stuff. They're working towards getting MGP out of their products. And I absolutely love that. Now this is a 4-year-old bourbon. And who is Redwood Empire? Redwood Empire is, from what I can tell, a gang of tree huggers from California. Big shock, right? California tree huggers. But they're basically the Lorax. They speak for the trees. And they are absolutely in love with redwood trees. And all their bottles are named after redwood trees. So you got Pipedream, you got Emerald Giant, and Lost Monarch. And then other stuff. But they spend a lot of money from their proceeds on planting trees, and that's an absolutely noble cause. And I joke about them being tree huggers because I'm kind of a tree hugger too. I love trees. I love trees. I love looking at trees. When I'm out in the desert, it's hard for me because there's no trees around. So, and even in the high mountains where you're above the tree line, to me it's just not as pretty. I like the forest, and so I'm totally down with what they're doing. And John Muir, the conservationist and naturalist, is kind of their mascot. His quotes are all over all their bottles, and his likeness is on some of the bottles, and that's pretty cool too, because I love John Muir quotes. So I have done Lost Monarch to death. I've done Lost Monarch in every different way you can do a video of Lost Monarch. And I realized that I haven't reviewed Pipedream or Emerald Giant. So we'll do Emerald Giant in another video. But I wanted to go ahead and do this one because I got this bottle and I hadn't opened it yet. Now, I got introduced to Redwood Empire through their original releases, and those were a blend of bourbons and ryes. So when they came out with Lost Monarch, that's the one I naturally gravitated to because it was similar to the profile of theirs that I already knew I loved. And then I did an event here locally in Jupiter with at the Brick and Barrel restaurant and bar, which is a little gastro pub that's literally 2 miles from my house. And I freaking love them. I love the place. I love the guy that owns it, David. And I love their bar staff, and their old fashions are on point. And they did a specialty drink with this product for I'm really doing a bad job of telling this story. We had a Redwood Empire dinner. It was a food pairing with Redwood Empire and Rayburn wines. And Alicia, the rep from Purple Brands, which reps Redwood Empire and Rayburn, same company, and it was there and gave the presentation and everything. And the chef at Brick and Barrel and the bar staff came up with pairings and drinks to go with Redwood Empire products and the wines. So they did a welcome cocktail, which was a whiskey sour with Pipedream and a Rayburn floater on top of the Pinot Noir wine. And it was absolutely phenomenal. And even my wife loved it, who doesn't love wine or whiskey. She liked that drink. So that got me real curious. Okay, well, I want to try Pipedream by itself, and then through the tasting that night, the fruit pairings, I did have this by itself. And I had previously kind of avoided it because it was a little on the young side, and I knew it had a lot of sourced whiskey in it, And so I was just like, whatever, another sourced product. So I had it in that tasting, and I was very impressed. So, long way around to this huge story is I wanted to do a review of it because I never had, and I hadn't done it for the channel. So here we go. Let's just do it now. I just wasted like at least 5 minutes telling that story to get to the point of that I wanted to do this review because I tasted it there with all of those people. So here we go. This is a pretty fascinating bourbon for $35. It's a $35 bottle. Tons of caramel. I get lots of brown sugar. I also get toasted marshmallow. Now, toasted marshmallow is a note that I love finding on a whiskey. Lots of citrus. It's like citrus, like orange juice and orange zest. It's light. It's not real dark. It's not very heavily oaked. Like I said, it's only 4 years old. But it's just beautiful. But it doesn't come across young. It's so weird how it threads that needle of not getting dark and heavy, but not coming across young. It keeps some of the youthful characteristics, but portrays itself. Like, I would guess, if I was just tasting this or nosing it, I would guess this was a 6-year-old. I wouldn't guess this to be 4. Let's taste. Syrupy, molassesy. That's not a word, but I just said it. Caramel. And for 45%, 45 proof, 45%, 45%, 45 proof would be really weird. That would be bad. 22.5%, that would be very low. For as low as this is at 45, it comes across with some heft. And I just had 2 cast strength whiskeys, and then I just bottle chugged a couple things. This still is present. It's still very there, proof wise, even though it's only 45. I'm starting to get a little bit of banana on this, a little bit of Caribbean fruit, maybe even a hint of cocoa nut. Ooh. A little bit of nutmegishness. Oh, a little black tea now. Yeah. See, for $35, you can't go wrong with that. That's a sipper. That's a daily. I like that. I like that a lot. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you've had a wonderful week. Until next time, cheers.